Attention please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Yes.
Check it out. The cold weather is gone. It's actually a beautiful evening here in New York City, and it is time for baseball. As the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the Yankees against the Angels in the first of 4 from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball. Look who's back. Paul O'Neill and Michael Kay with you. The Yankees are trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. We'll get to that in a moment. But on this field, in these 4 games, you're going to see 2 of the greatest players of this generation, Aaron Judge and Mike Trout.
Well, we can talk about him, but I'd much rather watch the pictures. Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, 2 of the best players to ever put on a uniform. And in this generation, these are the kids that people will remember. Aaron Judge does it all. Mike Trout got a little head start back in 2012, being Rookie of the Year. You knew what he was going to bring. Jersey boy, he was a great baseball player. Yeah, he was something. He has put up Hall of Fame numbers. Aaron Judge is catching up. But as you said it, Michael, 2 of the best players to ever put on the uniform.
And both of them have won 3 MVPs apiece. Pretty special. So they both won the Rookie of the Year, Trout in 12 and Judge in 17. 3 MVPs. They both have the identical lifetime batting average. Judge with 372 home runs, Trout 406, and WAR per 162. Trout's at 8.6, Judge at 8.8. Short, they're great. They're just great. The Yankees are struggling right now. They got swept in a 3-game set in St. Pete, 5 in a row. Meredith Morakovich talks with Aaron Boone about the skid next, right here on Yes.
The Yankees are back in the Bronx and looking to get back on track as they host the Angels for the first of a 4-game series. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Morakovich coming to you from the Great Hall. The Yankees had a nice start to the season at 8-2, but they have struggled since, losing 5 in a row. The offense has stalled, the frustration has increased, and earlier I asked Aaron Boone how his team has been handling this skid.
Never fun when you go through a little losing streak, but I feel like there's a lot of confidence in the group that we know we'll get it going.
Do you sense any change of demeanor or anything different in that room?
I don't. I think for a lot of them, there's a lot of experience in there. So, we understand, nobody likes going on the road and getting swept in a series. That's never fun, and especially some games you have a chance to win that you're in. But, we know we got to get it going offensively, and trust we will.
I spoke to Aaron Judge in the clubhouse in Tampa, and he said as an offense, they just need to simplify things, go up there with a plan and stick to that plan. We'll see whether or not they do that this evening against Kikuchi. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Michael Kay will be joined by Paul O'Neill. First pitch coming your way after the break.
Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Hyundai. Test drive a new Hyundai today, only at your local Hyundai dealer. By Tunnel to Towers, donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to T2T.org. And by Optimum Fiber, famously fast fiber internet. 2 pretty good players as we detailed in the open, Mike Trout and Aaron Judge. Yankees have taken the field. First game of this 7-game homestand, 4-game series against the Angels tonight, tomorrow night, Wednesday night, and Thursday afternoon. Let's take a look at the Angels starting lineup. Zach Neto off to a good start. The shortstop will bat second. Mike Trout in center field will hit in the second spot. Nolan Schanuel hits third. Then the middle third of the order, Soler, Moncada, and Adele. Bottom third of the order, Lowe, Ohapi, and Adam Frazier play second base, and he's going to bat ninth. And they are going to face Will Warren. This will be his 4th start. 1-0 count, 3.07 ERA, 14 strikeouts in 14 and 2/3 innings. Let's check out the Nissan Picture Scatter Report.
Well, he's home again, 3rd consecutive start in the Bronx, and that's a good thing. A 3.50 ERA career in Yankee Stadium and 5.3 ERA on the road. Left out, talking about the right-handed hitters, 4 lefties in the lineup because of his splits over his career. lefties have much more success than the righties, and good and bad. This is crazy, Michael. 2024, career 8 runs he allowed to the Angels, but he had to start last year, career high 11 strikeouts in 6 innings. So maybe he was a quick learner.
Here's the Yankee defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers, Grichuk, Bellinger, and Judge. In the outfield, left to right. Infield, Rosario, Caballero, Chisholm, and Goldschmidt. That's third to first. Austin Wells behind the plate, and Giancarlo Stanton, the DH. Neto, he's ready. Warren's ready. And let's do it in the Bronx. Swung on and missed, and we're underway. Ryan Addington is the home plate ump. Ryan Wills at first. Lance Barksdale at second, and Will Little is over at third. 1-1. Angels come in at 8-8, and the Yankees are 8-7.
A lot of times these players, because they're on the West Coast and because of their times, you don't really get a lot to look at. And Neto is a solid player. Really good year last year with 26 home runs and 26 stolen bases. Guy's only 25 years old, so you're going to see him in an Angels uniform for a lot of years to come.
New manager Kurt Suzuki working with a 1-year contract. Very rare.
Is that even legal, Michael? I mean,
legal, it's legal if he signed it.
We even get 1.5, right?
1-2. Neto has 15 runs scored. That's tied with Drake Baldwin for the most of any player in the majors. Has 5 home runs and 8 runs batted in. Let's check out the umpire scouting report brought to you by your local Kia dealers. He's only had 7 calls challenged, 2 overturned. He's considered neutral in his 10th big league season. Two and 2. Angels just took 2 out of 3 in Cincinnati, and the Yankees just got swept by the Rays in Tampa Bay. There's Mike Trout on deck. Nub foul. $23 homers and 30 steals in 2024 for Neto. Last year, 26 and 26.
And these organizations get young players that they have control over without having to get into the huge contracts. It's a big window of opportunity for the players, or for the teams, to try to build around these young players to win.
I told you, Suzuki, the manager, it's the 4th manager that Neto has had in 4 seasons. Played for Nevin, Ron Washington, and Ray Montgomery. The Angels have not made the playoffs in 12 straight years. This one was close.
He was down, if anything, because that ball had a lot of the plate. I'm sure that hand almost went up to hit the helmet, but Wells early in the game got a strikeout anyway.
1 away.
Well, he sets up right-handed hitters with so many good fastballs that he throws a good breaking ball. Definitely a good swing and miss pitch.
Here's Mike Trout from Millville, New Jersey. 16th big league season. Paul, where's the time gone? He's 34 years old. He's going to turn 35 on August 7th.
Yeah, it really is amazing. When I mean, that stat just kind of stuck at me today. I'm like, 16 years, really? I thought it was 6 or 7, but you can't put those type of numbers up in that short a time. 34 years old, as you said, 3-time MVP, 11 All-Stars, Rookie of the Year. I mean, what has he not done?
Of late, just staying healthy, although last year he was able to play 130 games.
I was reading an interesting thing, Michael, and the WAR is so important because it really tells you, what the player does for a team. And among center fielders, lifetime center fielders, he is 5th, only below Willie Mays, Ty Cobb, Tris Speaker, and Mickey Mantle. Ahead of DiMaggio. I mean, it's amazing the type of things he's done on the field.
Now you look at his batting average. Now you go 208, you go home. But he has 15 walks, so his on-base percentage is 400. Right side, Goldschmidt. Full flip to Warren. 2 outs.
Mike Trout, good speed, but when you get jammed as a hitter, you know you end up like on your back foot and you can't get out of the box. This ball gets way in on him, so you kind of get a late break, which really helps Warren. He goes over for an easy flip from Goldschmidt.
Running well. He's had a lot of problems. We mentioned injury-wise, left knee problem last year, but looked like he was running well. Here's Nolan Shonowell. 4th big league season for him. He's 24 years old. Fouled away. High contact hitter, low chase rate, Paul.
Yeah, for a first baseman, I mean, you expect big power numbers. He's not that type of hitter. He'll hit you 10 or 12 a year, but good on base percentage. Lifetime over 350.
Well, since his rookie season, top 10 in the American League in walk rate and strikeout rate. The 1-1. 1-2. And it's a challenge. So it's called a strike, and Shonowell challenges. ABS powered by T-Mobile. And he was right. So overturned. Now, Paul, you know the value of it being 1-2 or 2-1.
It's amazing how, cool this new system is, where players, you have to really decide, obviously, when's a good time or not, but, you don't want to lose all your challenges, but it gives you an opportunity as a fan sitting at home to see how players know the strike zone. I mean, most of these pitchers are just missing by half an inch or so.
And I know you would hate to say this, but I think it shows how good the umpires are, because even when it's overturned, sometimes it's by 1/10 of an inch.
Well, what I really like about it is it takes away the dislike for the umpire or the player. And, it's human nature. You don't like a guy, you're going to have every opportunity to take a strike away. Easy fly ball, easy first inning.
1-2-3, and the New York Yankees come to bat. Judge it right. Cody Bellinger, who hits lefties, he'll bat third and play center field. Then it's Stanton, Rosario, and Chisholm. And Randall Grichuk, still looking for his first hit this year, has good numbers against Kikuchi, Caballero, and Wells. And they will be facing the lefty Kikuchi. 3 starts, 0-2, 6.75, more than a strikeout per inning. But let's go deeper under the hood. We'll check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report.
Well, you say Kikuchi, career numbers, he's been very good against the Yankees. 16 career games, 3.27 ERA, so he has had some success against the Bombers. He mixes it well, fastball, slider, change, and a cutter, and he uses all of them about 20-25% of the time. And you got to get it right. Career has been very tough on lefties. Righties much higher at 270, but much more power against the righties.
And there's a strike to Goldschmidt.
To that point, Michael, the Yankees have stacked the lineup tonight. Ben Rice not playing, 6 righties against Kikuchi in the lineup.
Ben Rice not playing, McMahon not playing, Grisham not playing. But they're all waiting to come off the bench. Foul back.
Michael, you and Audrey was sending me pictures as I was, trying to brush up and watch some games. I think it's all false. You guys look like you were in a ski lodge. It's beautiful out here.
Gorgeous. I think you brought the sun.
Be there?
Yeah.
Folks at home, I got a text one night with Audrey and Michael in fur parkas. It was unbelievable.
The 1-2. That one is ripped into left center field. That's a base hit. Lowe and Trout converge. Lowe makes the play, cutting it off, but enough time for Goldschmidt to go to second with a double.
Well, nothing new here. Paul Goldschmidt can hit lefties. We saw that last year. Four-seam fastball kind of right there, and he just hammers it into left center field for an easy double. Michael, looking back, there was nothing better than coming back to a homestand, base hit your first time up, you're setting yourself up for a good night.
Here's Judge. Way high, all the way to the backstop. Got right back to O'Hoppe, but he mishandled it. He might have had a play on Goldschmidt if he fielded it cleanly.
Yeah, I was just going to say that ball came back so quick, and Goldschmidt was being sure that it got to the screen. If he comes up with this immediately and fires to third base, there's a play. See, Goldschmidt, you got to get a late break just to get a read, and you know, I think that there would have been a bang play at third base.
Infield remains back. They'll give up the run.
Well, sometimes breaking balls, they just slip. That one slipped all the way to the screen.
2-0 count on Judge. Had a home run in the 9th inning yesterday in St. Pete. 2-run shot. And he has a home run here tonight. See ya! A long one into the left center field bleachers. And the Yankees lead 2-0.
Goodness, Michael, did you see where that ball went? You have an abbreviated home run call now because that thing was out of here before you could get a C out.
In a hurry.
Well, back-to-back good bats for Aaron Judge. 9th inning yesterday, 1st inning today. Gee, Wade does, Michael. Did you see it? Pointed it.
I went back at him.
He wanted a high five.
5 home runs now, 11 runs batted in for Judge. And he just tied his teammate Paul Goldschmidt. They both have 373 career home runs.
Obviously, Aaron Judge on his way to 400 plus. And you know, the 2 active players, Michael, with 400 or more home runs, both in uniform tonight. You got Big G, and you got Mike Trout.
Yep. And it's another challenge, powered by T-Mobile. So O'Hoppe having a good bottom of the 1st inning. Flip the count from 2-1 to 1-2. Foul away.
Well, split fingered, it just kind of hangs there, nothing there, but all of a sudden, yeah, that baseball said ouch, and you knew where it was heading.
456 feet. And it was 116 off the bat. One, 2. Right field. Joe Adele puts it away. Let's check out the Angels defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Let's focus on Joe Adele. He had a game the other day. He robbed 3 home runs on April 4th against the Mariners. That's the Car Shield defensive player profile. Most in a major league game since tracking began in 2004.
You know, the weird thing about that, I mean, an unbelievable game. If you watch the highlights, especially the last catch was sick down to the right field line. But to have that opportunity 3 times in a game for a player is amazing. But he made all 3 of them.
And it was a 1-0 game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we say since tracking began, Jason Stark of The Athletic, who does this stuff so well, went on a search. No one could recall anyone ever making 3 home run robbing grabs in one game. Two and one.
Looking back at Aaron Judge's home run, after Goldschmidt leads off with a double, you've got a base open, and you would think Kikuchi would be a little more careful to Aaron Judge. He just hung a split fingered there, and obviously, boom, 2-0, down early.
Lefty deals. And the count is full. Kikuchi, 34 years old, 8th big league season. Last couple of starts, each start he allowed 4 runs or more.
You know, it's amazing. You saw that ball in the dirt, and as a hitter in the old days, you would, tell the umpire, check it, check it. You don't even have to do that now. It's automatically every single ball that touches the dirt or the grass is thrown out of the game.
Stanton strikes out. Let's take a look at the Adele catches. And these are legitimate. Those are home runs. No doubt about it.
This looks like a replay here, but back to back, you're starting to see some emotion. But this play right here, Michael, on the run up into the stands, what a play! Who knows if he caught it? But he came up with the ball in his glove, right? What a game!
Now, this has been discussed because of that last play. So let me throw it at you. Should that be an out? He caught it and fell into the stands. He never had his feet on the ground when he caught it.
It's funny. I actually was watching the replay, and my son-in-law, I was at Allie, my daughter's house. He asked me the same thing. And, if the ball is caught in, while you're still on the field right there, but then your momentum takes you into the stands, I think it should be an out. But
and that's the rule. It's an out. But
if
I wonder
you jump into the stands and try to pull it back, but, you need a little camera there to see if that thing ever left his glove when he hit the bleachers.
The 0-2. Oh, base hit for Rosario. He's had a good start of the season for the Yanks. He can hit lefties.
Yeah, he's had some good at-bats so far for the Yankees. He's earned some extra time, obviously, because the Yankees struggling offensively, but he's going to get plenty of at-bats against lefties because in his career, this is what he can do for you.
So here's Jazz Chisholm. Still looking for his first home run. And I mention that because he's gone 15 games without a home run. The longest streak to start a season for Chisholm without a home run has been 6 games. So he's more than doubled that.
I think Jazz is very proud of his home run numbers, and this would probably eat at him to try to get that first one out of the way, and then it kind of compounds itself because you see you start pulling off, you start trying to hit home runs, and that can hurt.
Neto shades up the middle. Moncada well off the line at third. Timeout is called. Chasing Rosario back.
I always remember the first base coach, right when you'd go back on a move like, he's got a better one. He's got a better one. And you're thinking in your mind, I know he's got a better one. Obviously, that wasn't his best move.
And one more thing to say about Adele. The glove that he made those catches with is going to Cooperstown, but he will not give it to them because he wants to play the entire season with it. Then he'll give it to them.
I get it because a lot of guys change gloves throughout the year. I was a guy that broke in a glove in spring training and didn't retire it to the last out of the World Series, hopefully.
5 times got that far.
And Michael, interestingly enough, defense was an issue for Adele when he first got to the league. He said he's worked very hard to improve that area of his game, and he credits Torrey Hunter, 9-time Gold Glove award winner, who's now a current special assistant with the Angels, in helping him get there and being a big-time mentor. Now, coincidentally, Hunter was in the dugout in the ballpark when he made those 3 catches, and he was quoted as saying he almost passed out in that 9th inning after the last one.
Meredith, where are you? I'm old enough where change kind of bothers you. I usually look over my shoulder, and Meredith, now she's down on the field.
There are a lot of changes. There she is.
Like, where's Waldo? Where'd you go now?
Ground ball. Frazier. And that'll do it. But the Yankees get 2 runs on 3 hits. The big hit, that one. 456 feet into the left field bleachers. And when it lands, the Yankees lead 2-0. Play FanDuel's Daily Dingle for free every day for a chance at a profit boost if your selected player hits a home run. Here are the featured home run odds for today's players. Randall Grichuk and Giancarlo Stanton. Randall plus 420. Giancarlo plus 350.
You only get $70 more if Grichuk hits one and Stanton. Wow.
Get that both.
Oh.
1-1 on Soler.
Well, production-wise, 211, not great, but 16 RBIs so far this year. Leads the American League up to a pretty good year as far as production.
So Jorge Soler was right in the middle of a big fight.
Yeah.
With Ronaldo Lopez of the Braves. I mean, that was not your typical dancing baseball fight. There were haymakers being thrown.
Yeah, and I understand Walt Weiss ended up part of it. And, you know, he's like a WWF guy.
Yes.
So, not a guy you want to mess with.
Joe Girardi told me Walt Weiss, one of the best teammates he ever had.
Yeah. You know, you can go down year after year, and there's just certain guys that you connect with, certain guys that understand you, you understand them. But the weird thing is, after the season's over, you don't talk to them for another 4 months, but then you get right back at it, and you take a look here.
He didn't like it, and then he wants to tell him how much he didn't like it. Let's go. Haymakers. What's the worst fight you were ever in? The one with the Orioles?
Believe it, at the major league level, yes. The worst brawl that I ever was in was July 4th, Mile High Stadium. That was I was with the Denver Zephyrs. That was our big night. We'd have 5,000 people. While July 4th, we'd have 50 or 60,000 because of the fireworks. We got in a fight. John Stearns went running out from the dugout. We got in a fight. At the end of the game, they turned the lights off for the fireworks. There are people still out there brawling on the field. Tracy Jones got hurt. Cal Daniels broke his ankle.
Really?
Yeah. I just thought and watched the fireworks. I had nothing to do with it.
They were both suspended 7 games for that fight, but they're appealing. Now, the best fight that wasn't on the field, though, was Dibble against Pinella.
Yeah, I witnessed that one, too, with a towel on. Since Sabo came in, I'm in the shower. You got to get out here. Look at this. And I run out in the towel and lose in the bottom of the locker with Dibble on top of him, beating him up.
2-2 on Yon Moncada.
Things happen throughout the course of a year, Michael. You know that?
Course of a career. You've seen it all.
We just keep watching baseball, Michael. We just change chairs. By the way, you changed my chair. I'm on the wrong side.
I thought that would be difficult for you because for 24 years you sat on my left.
Yes.
Now it's on my right. And you were a little discombobulated.
It took me a while to go from the dugout to the booth. Now you got me on the right side of the booth. I don't think I can cover the outside corner from this angle.
Strike 3. Moncada down looking, and he's challenging.
This ball looked like it came back and got plate.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. Well, he fails in the challenge.
The call is correct. The Angels have 1 challenge remaining.
How long is it going to be before the umpire steps out? Yeah, that call was correct. Did you
I
hear
was
me?
just thinking they should be allowed to celebrate. Here's your challenge. There's Joe Adele.
We talked about Joe Adele and his defense, but boy, he's really turned into a pretty solid player. Big year last year, 98 RBIs. Another guy that his 7th season, but he's only 27 years old.
First round draft pick in 2017.
Yeah, 37 home runs and 98 RBIs last year. So if you can build on that and add your defense, you're looking at an all-star caliber player.
So you're telling me, Paul, that when Adele's not rolling in the deep in the outfield, he's hit.
Oh, it didn't take long before you threw something out there. Hello.
1-2. Upstairs. Spent most of last season in center field, but Trout wanted to play center field again. He felt that was his best chance to be productive defensively. And that one got a piece of Adele, so he'll take first.
I think it got a bigger piece of Wells. It looked like it kind of ricocheted off him. Wells is probably saying, I should get first base. It hurt me worse. Came out of his glove. Yep, all the way down. That baseball seems to just have a magnet, doesn't it?
Here's Josh Lowe.
Always look at the score here. It's Lau, Lowe, because both of them played for Tampa Bay. Now they're both gone, and now we can kind of decipher which right or wrong, but spelled the same.
Right.
Lowe. One was Lau, one was Lowe. Never could figure it out.
Oh, this one's Lowe.
All right.
The 0-2. Grabbed there on the glove side by Jazz Chisholm, and that'll do it. Angels strand one. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning.
There is a ton of power potential in the Bronx tonight. Paul, you already mentioned the active career home run leader is Giancarlo Stanton with 454, followed by Mike Trout, who has 406. With Aaron Judge's home run, he ties Paul Goldschmidt. They both have 373 apiece. Consider this. You put that together, that is a whopping 1,606 home runs between them. And that's not even counting the MVPs that are going to be on the field. Make it 9 if you include Cody Bellinger, 3 apiece for Trout and Judge. You got Goldschmidt and Stanton as well. Paul, how do you wrap your head around all of that?
Well, you look and just kind of enjoy it from the booth, because you realize that some people are just better than others. And the guys you were mentioned are better than the others, and they've had unbelievable careers.
Meredith cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. Randall Grichuk still looking for his first hit, fouls it back. He is 0 for 12 to start the season. Robbed of a base hit yesterday. Diving stop up the middle. And that was by Palacios. Made a great play.
Those are borderline the old Chicago White Sox uniforms when they wore shorts.
Yes.
And it's way above the knees there, huh?
Yeah, they look like culottes.
All I remember from that year was seeing a picture of Ron LaFleur. Remember him? And he had the softball shorts on. There's another pair out there.
Rip just foul. People used to do that to try to influence the umpire on the strike zone, but they've all been measured because of the ABS system. Doesn't matter where you wear your socks. A strike is a strike.
A lot of people thought by having the pants above your knees, or at least rolled up, it was less cumbersome as far as running and sprinting. Some people just like the style, Michael.
You didn't wear them that high, right?
No,
down by the ankles.
I wore my socks high because we had to in Cincinnati, because we had to show a certain amount of the red stockings. But then the pants got long and you almost got back. The stirrups went out and then you started wearing soccer socks underneath that were, much more comfortable.
So Grichuk works a walk. He's on. And that brings up Caballero.
In his day, Grichuk, you would keep an eye on him. Obviously, he's an older player than he was, but still able to run.
Fouled that one off his foot.
Ouch. Certain things you miss about the game, Michael, and this isn't one of them. You can't aim it. It didn't look like it just ricocheted off the top of your foot. The shin is the worst. When you foul a ball, you see that shin guard, and somehow, some way, the ball seems to always miss. Hit just above it or just below it.
I'm wondering if that hit higher than the foot, because it doesn't look like it got him on the foot, and he's kind of bending his knee. Now he's manipulating his toe, so maybe it did.
I'd say if he got a toe there, Michael, that's one of those things that toenail will hurt for the rest of the season. Let's take a closer look here. It just looked like it hit the outside.
Yeah.
Right where your bunion would be, Michael. Huh?
Doesn't look like it hit the toe. Well, Logan O'Hoppe has caught 4 of 18 attempted base stealers for 22.2%. That's about his career average, 21.9%. And the Yankees lead 4-0.
Jose Caballero had a couple big hits down in Tampa Bay. Didn't end up winning the game with them, but big home run here. You just hope that he can get things going. He's played defensively pretty sound. It's just you expect him to throw up some offensive numbers. Right there, that's going to add to his first home run of the year.
Here's Austin Wells. Yankees have been having trouble scoring runs, so these 2 home runs are certainly welcome.
And as we went over the pitching, the right-handers have had much more success with power numbers over Kikuchi's career, and you see it so far. Lefty's not done much. Goldschmidt with a hard hit, Judge with a 2-run homer, and this is the same pitch Aaron Judge hit. Just a hanging split finger right there over the middle of the plate.
Two and one.
Again, it kind of sits. That split finger is supposed to dive down or away, and it just absolutely sat right there. Can't miss as a hitter, and he did not.
The 2-2. 3-2 on Austin Wells.
Well, Michael, we came back to New York, and you came back to New York. I came up from Florida, and we're here all night to make the world right here. Now, they're Yankees. I've lost 5 in a row, and then they're off to a good start here.
And they turn to you. Yeah.
it's a Neil Diamond song, by the way. We're here all night to make the world. Where'd that come? I think it's Cracklin' Rosie. How's that for you?
Wow. Fouled away. Wells had his first home run of the year in the Rays series. That was his only hit in the series, 1 for 9. And he works a walk. Well, let's check out one of tonight's player props, brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. Paul Goldschmidt to hit 1 or more home runs, plus 390.
Now, if he had that bet in before his first at bat and he hit a home run, does it count or does it start from now?
It counts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because he waffled a double already. Just missed.
Drops a changeup in for a strike. It's going to take, I would assume, some getting used to for Goldschmidt. His playing time is not going to be what it has been for most of his career. Because in a usual year, starters that face you that are left-handed might be 25%. And there's been some games where a lefty started where he has not played, because Ben Rice, the everyday first baseman. So it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment for Goldschmidt to stay ready and come off the bench.
But this is where you have to realize where you are in your career. And we've gone over it. Here's a Hall of Fame type player who at this time of his career has got to be satisfied with the playing time that he gets. And he has not complained. He hasn't said a word. And obviously Ben Rice's start, the way he's hitting the ball, is affected Goldschmidt in the sense that Rice has got to be in the lineup for the most part.
Swing and a miss. Goldschmidt for the first down.
Kikuchi kind of turns this over a little bit. Looks like a fastball kind of running away. Looked like Goldschmidt was looking in because it looked like he was trying to pull, and that's usually not where he is with the 2-strike count.
Here's Aaron Judge, 2-run home run in the first inning. Oh, and 1.
Well, it's been off speed. He hit the split finger up in the strike zone for a 2-run homer, and there starts him off with a changeup, which you get that movement down and away. Much different pitch.
One and 1. Two and 1 on Judge. Bellinger on deck. It's 4-0 Yankees. Couple of 2-run home runs. One by Judge, one by Caballero. Check out Judge's 5 home runs this year and the exit velocity presented by Spectrum. 109.1, 102.1, 101.2, 108.9, 116.2. The one tonight is the only one that's not on a radio station.
Yeah, exactly.
So the count is full on the Yankee captain. Just steps off the rubber to chase Wells back. Ground ball, third base. Moncada bobbles, fires the first. Judge beats it out. So it went from 2 outs to no outs on the ground ball. And it'll be an E5.
Yeah, Moncada not having a great year defensively. Actually, the Angels top of the league in errors, just not being able to catch the ball. We talked about Adele and his unbelievable defensive game, but the rest of the team really hasn't followed his lead.
Here's Bellinger. That one is looped to second base. Frazier's there to make the play. Out number 2.
Well, one of the reasons Cody Bellinger hits lefties so well is he's got some firewood right there, is because he'll stay in and not afraid to get jammed. This is a little cutter that just kind of stayed right there. You see Bellinger you lose the weight of the bat when you crack it that much, and you kind of wonder where in the world the ball went. You have no clue. The only clue you have, Michael, when you take that bat back, you know you're not using it again.
So here's Stanton, 2 outs, 2 on.
Yeah, big at bat right here for the Yankees. A great matchup for Stanton. Up 4-0. You could really put this out of reach.
And a challenge by
The catcher's
catcher.
Townsend pitch.
Powered by T-Mobile.
I'm going to say low, Mike.
You'd be right.
The call is
You'd be
correct.
wrong.
The Angels have no challenge
I had a
remaining.
good look at that one. It's just the other side of the plate I'm struggling with.
Well, that's it. No more challenges for the Angels.
Second inning, too, huh?
I think teams are still figuring it out. When to use it, who should use it.
And I think it's been a great addition to baseball. Everybody I talked to, including you, Michael, like the idea. And I also like how quick it happens. It's not like a 5-minute wait to see, where it takes the rhythm out of the game.
And there's ball 4. I'm going to do a little quiz for you, Paul.
All right.
So they show that up on the board. No challenges left. Next to it, right, on the board, is MVR.
Right.
Tell me what MVR means.
Mount visits, and they've
Wow.
never been to a, I've been studying, Michael. You know what?
Wow.
It was my first day of school today, and you're giving me tests already?
Wow.
No, I'm not
Now
into this.
visits remaining. You nailed it.
Thanks, Audrey.
Mike Maddox. He's talking over things with Kikuchi. Hey, score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Yankees, the official source for your Yankees gear. Here's Rosario, singled in the first. Bases jammed. Wells at third, Judge at second, Stands at first. And a strike. Did he go? No, he did not. Said Ryan Wills.
Well, again, you just feel like for the Angels to be anything involved in this game, this at bat is going to mean a lot.
Two and one. Kikuchi so far has not looked sharp.
Well, you look at his record, he got off to a good start, and then the last couple starts has scuffled a little bit. 4 earned runs in his last 2 starts. And tonight, it's been a struggle.
The 2-1. Now back to the screen. 2-2.
37 pitches so far here in the second inning and nobody up. I think somebody's just starting to get loose now. Yeah, out in the bullpen. Well, that's my problem with the cutter right there. If you don't throw it perfectly, it just ends up a fastball, mediocre, right down the middle of the plate at 91. Lucky to get that one back. Rosario fouled it straight back.
Two. Driven into center field and deep. Trout back, still back. He has room, and he makes the play for the final out as the Yankees leave the bases loaded. But there was some pain in this at bat. There, the ball hurt him. Had to shake it off. And you know what he did? He hurt the ball. A 2-run home run. And the Yankees lead 4-0. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. Well, the Yankees up 4-0 as we go to the third. And Logan O'Hoppe will lead off. O'Hoppe from Sayville, New York, on the island. He goes around.
Yeah, by bringing those hands in, it really brought the barrel of the bat way in front of the plate. Another guy that they're anxiously waiting his offense to kind of turn around. Hit 20 home runs a couple years ago, 19 last year. So far this year, nothing. So, you know, he's a good, solid young player. You remember a few years ago, Michael, he had that big injury here in Yankee Stadium.
Yep.
Tore his labor.
And Michael, his parents are in attendance, his girlfriend, as well as some other friends. You mentioned Long Island native. I spoke to him last time he was here at Yankee Stadium, and he said it is still surreal to him. It will always be surreal to him that he is in uniform playing here at Yankee Stadium, the very place where he used to come and watch games as a kid.
And he grounds out the short.
And Michael, he actually had a pretty big moment, well, as a kid, a big moment here at Yankee Stadium. Back on April 6, 2018, he was in the outfield. He caught a Manny Machado home run, and he did what anyone in the Bronx would do, and that is throw it right back on the field. That's a young Logan O'Hoppe right there in the stands. And you could tell he had an arm.
He got a Yankee jersey on, too.
He was a Yankees fan, big time.
Well, let me tell you, I mean, you throw the ball back if you're a Yankee fan. That was some catch.
I was going to say, it's pretty good practice right there. He could have been an outfielder.
Well, guys, when I asked him about it, he said, if you don't throw that back immediately, you are going to be booed out of the stadium. And the last thing I want to be is booed out of Yankee Stadium.
Watch this catch.
Yeah, that's full extension. Bare hand, too. No glove.
One leg in the air.
You know what you got to do, Mike? You got to come to the game with a little cheap plastic one in your pocket. And if you catch a real one, then you just chuck the plastic one back. I remember walking down the tunnel that night when he had that injury, and he was speaking of his parents being in attendance tonight. They were in the tunnel, and it actually came up to me. I was talking to him, and they were in shock just to see their son, you know, knowing the type of injury and the rehab that was involved. But he's all the way back. A good two-seamer here. Watch the movement at the end, and it just comes back as a left-handed hitter. You kind of give up on it. We've said it numerous times, if you could throw a breaking ball in off the plate and then in the same area throw a two-seamer back, you kind of have the hitter in between, and that's basically what took Greg Maddux to the Hall of Fame, the ability to do that.
Neto goes down from the foul ball. 4 strikeouts for Will Warren.
Yeah, such a tendency with that two-seamer rolling back in to get on top of it and just chop it down as a right-handed hitter.
Now, pitchers have a mean streak. When they get a foul ball like that, they come right back in.
Exactly, because as a hitter, you don't want to do the same thing. So you have a tendency to kind of lay off that pitch.
0-2.
Now that one right there is the one that would frustrate me as a player. Is should I challenge this, because it's a breaking ball that comes around the plate. You never know if it really got back to the inside corner.
Well, the option to challenge has been lost by the Angels. And that one looks like it got Wells.
Well, Michael, this is a question. Umpire knows the challenges. The piggy bank's empty. Now you can call whatever you want, right? You're not getting challenged anymore.
There's a possibility. I mean, human beings, right? Strikeout.
I think that's what they call this.
But they are human beings. Well, it's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Tonight's picture is of little Jake, who was born on April 4th, and we can confidently say he already looks like a lifelong Yankee fan. Yeah, since April 4th. It's his whole life. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game.
Well, I've been holding a baby about that size a lot recently, Michael. My daughter had another baby, got a month old. Little Nebby.
Named after your wife?
Yeah.
Very nice. Congratulations.
5 times over. 2 more on the way. It's just
Unbelievable.
would say it's the water, but they say the water's better in New York, right?
Better being a grandparent or a parent?
Well, a parent, you have a lot of responsibility. Grandparents, you just get to love them, have some fun, and then, hand them back and go home,
Yeah.
right?
The 0-2. 1-2 on Jazz. Chisholm, Grichuk, and Caballero here in the bottom of the third against Kikuchi. And Jazz down on strikes as his struggles continue.
Well, again, if you get in pull mode, trying to hit home runs, these are the type of swings that you see. You see a breaking ball away, and if you commit to it, it's just running away from your barrel. So you're really compounding things by, I've always said, that, the pitcher dictates what you can do with the baseball. If you want to hit a home run, and he doesn't throw a pitch you're capable of doing it, then all you've done is got yourself out.
Grichuk hits one deep to center. Going back is Trout. Leaps, and he makes the play. Trout knew exactly where he was, ran to the wall, and made the catch.
Yeah, off the bat, this was it's Grichuk, but then it just kept going and going. And then Mike Trout, I mean, we've talked about his defense, his offense is all around star quality. And again, he just knows how to play the game. It's amazing when you look back, what, 2000, was it 16 or 18 when Ohtani was there? 18, I think. 2018, he was there for 5 or 6 years, and you just thought, here are 2 of the best. This whole franchise is just going to thrive now, and then it's gone. It's over. So you do have these windows of opportunity as an organization. If it doesn't work, it's gone.
And with those 2 guys, they still did.
Yeah. But if you look at that, I mean, teams are going to beat an all-around good team, good solid pitching, defense, hitting is going to beat a couple stars on the other side every single time.
That's called
The batter sounds in the call.
And Caballero is going to challenge. ABS powered by T-Mobile. And he's right.
The call is overturned.
0.4 inches.
Yeah, who can blame a guy for that close, right?
Yankees still have their 2 challenges. Behind the plate. Hoppy gives it a look. Runs out of room. You think you would like ABS?
I certainly would, and I was kind of mentioning it first inning when we went to break is it takes away the animosity of the umpire or the player. If a guy's I'm fighting with the guy, like you said, he's human. He's going to call a pitch against me, and if I don't like him, he doesn't like me. Then it takes that away. There's a plate up there for a reason, and if you have the ability to challenge, at least you're getting a fair deal up there.
Adele runs it down. We go to the 4th inning. Mike Trout, only player in Major League Baseball history to win consecutive All-Star Game MVPs. At 23, became the youngest player in Major League history to reach 100 home runs and 100 stolen bases, and happens to be an avid weather enthusiast who once gave live storm updates to the Weather Channel during a 2016 New Jersey blizzard. How about that?
Thought I was a meteorologist around that. There's the wind thing. Sure.
How about that? How about that?
No, you got me. You're getting me sidetracked here.
0-1 on Trout. And a strike.
Was there anything better, Michael, growing up there? We had Saturday morning cartoons, and then This Week in Baseball with Mel Allen.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what a great way to start the weekend, huh?
Grounded sharply and off the glove of Caballero into left field, allowing Trout to reach.
You can tell. I mean, it's my fault. He kind of olayed it, got to the side of it, and it just ran right off the thumb of his glove. Just did not glove it. It looks like by getting to the side, it took him out of the rhythm of the play, and he just kind of reaching for it, was not able to adjust to it at all.
Our very own Jack Curry sat down with Mike Trout today, and that interview was on one of the pregame shows on Yes. And he really stumped him with a question. He said, "You, Todd Frazier, walk into a place in Jersey. Who's giving out more autographs?" And he said he wasn't sure, but he said, and then Jack said, "Well, how about Tom River?" He said, "Well, if Todd doesn't get it, Tom River, then there's a problem."
Well, I will tell you one thing. If you want to buy a Godfather Todd rookie card or a Mike Trout, get the Mike Trout, because I think it was estimated at $2 or $3 million ago, like 3 years ago or something.
Now Todd's back in the studio. Todd, I would take your rookie card because I'm teammates with you.
But you're also in the money, so.
and I don't have the money for a Trout rookie card.
Now you're really torn, aren't you?
One and two on Shonowell. Grounded to first, knocked down by Goldschmidt. That lost the double play. He'll step on first. Moving to second is Trout.
Well, it's going to be a tough double play, and in order for him to do it, he had to kind of reach for it where he could pivot and get across at a good angle, and it just came out of his glove. But immediately, knowing that, went and got the sure out.
So I just got a very interesting text from Todd Frazier.
Yeah.
He said, "Tell Paul to go kick rocks."
What do I get for that?
Todd will be on our post-game show following the game tonight.
Tell you what, if I'm going to the Little League World Series, I'm taking Todd Frazier. How's that? Huh?
The winner.
Did we just kiss and make up?
Yeah, there you go. I'm at the home run derby too in Cincy.
Yeah, I was there for that. That was impressive.
And with his brother throwing. Pretty cool. Three and one on Soler. Struck out looking. It was in the second inning. Foul away. Soler made a point to run more during the offseason. Said he hadn't been ready to play as much outfield as he did last year. And he expects to play outfield this year. Today he's the DH, but he ran during the offseason.
And when you remember his biggest years, he had 48 home runs in 2019 with Kansas City. You see that type of swing. He's got power, but you know, he was a corner outfielder, and with Atlanta also. I mean, he's had some great years. He was traded to Atlanta from Kansas City and ended up being the World Series MVP. 2021.
He had 14 homers in 55 games to finish the season, and then hit 3 homers in 6 games to win the World Series MVP.
I think that last one he hit in Houston.
Still going.
Yeah, I don't know it's landed yet. Went over the tracks, left sight, and we just gave up on it.
Line drive. It is a base hit down the left field line into the corner. That'll score Trout. And Soler is at second with an RBI double, his 17th ribby of the year, and the Angels on the board. It's 4-1 Yanks.
Yeah, breaking ball just did not have a lot of bite on it, and it kind of stayed over the middle of the plate. But you know, the extra opportunity with Trout getting on, you see the spin on that, but it just didn't have a lot of break, and it just kind of sits there for a hitter. You can't really question the pitch. It just wasn't thrown. It wasn't his best breaking ball of the night.
One and 0. Moncada swings through.
You know, that's such a cool ability that Warren has. You see 93, 94, but a lot of swing and misses on the fastball. It's just the life of it, the movement of it. Kind of his arm angle all comes together with the ability to throw fastballs time and time again and get away with it.
Pretty high pitch count for Warren. He's only allowed 1 hit, but he's about to throw a 70th pitch in the 4th inning. 2-2.
He has been sharp. He did make the one mistake with the breaking ball this inning, but other than that, he's had control of all of his pitches. So it's amazing to me that his pitch count would be that high. And that's a pitch right there I think is going to make or break him as far as getting lefties out. And that is just a great changeup. Watch the movement at the end. You see the circle change, and then it just dives down and away. You saw Kikuchi earlier kind of hang those breaking balls. All of a sudden you see the strikeout by the movement down and away.
That's the 6th Yankee strikeout, brought to you by your local Tri-State Audi dealers. What a beautiful night for baseball here in the Bronx.
I was driving around today. It's just like the earth is ready to just blow up. The daffodils are out, the weeping willows, the forsythia, everything out there.
What was the last one?
Forsythia. You don't know the yellow flowers out there?
I didn't know that was the name. I called them the yellow flowers.
Absolutely.
I don't take you for a botanist.
No, I just know a couple. I had a few of those in the backyard. Looked them up on ChatGPT when I was 5, right?
Well, that was an early version of ChatGPT.
I was a little ahead of my time.
2-1. 2-2. Line drive, it's a base hit. Soler will score. RBI single for Adele. And now the Yankee lead is 2 runs, 4-2.
We just talked about how he gets away with being able to challenge people with fastballs, but not here. Adele just hammers this one. 4-seam fastball. Just squared up and hit up the middle. And again, if you break the inning down, there was an easy out to start it. It was not made. Now the Angels right back in the game.
So Matt Blake talking things over with Will Warren. That's the 7th RBI for Adele. So coasting along, and then the gate opened just a little bit with the E6. And because of that E6 and then the strikeout by Moncada, these 2 runs are unearned, but you know what? They count.
Well, they count about in the pitch count, too. That's the thing. Extra pitches, stressful pitches, and runs on the board.
And a strike to low.
Again, you talk about the splits and against the righties and the lefties. That is going to really give him the ability to get outs against lefties if he can continue to throw that changeup down and away, breaking ball in off the plate, and show him a fastball.
Two on low, grounded to second in the second. About to throw his 80th pitch.
Yeah, looking at the bullpen on the way to the ballpark. I mean, obviously with 80 pitches here in the 4th inning, you're going to be in the bullpen, and the Yankees in pretty good shape. There's 3 consecutive changeups, and in the hitter's mind, he can't throw another one. He can't throw another one. They did, and that's why backing up pitches is so important for pitchers.
This is the 7th straight game of 13 straight without an off day for the Yanks. So they've gone to the bullpen a lot. 1-2. They're really making Warren throw strikes.
Well, we're at 4 and counting now. That's 4 consecutive changeups to a left-handed hitter. Looking for a big out here with 2.
Some stirring in the Yankee bullpen. Two and two.
It looked like he tried to throw that 2-seam fastball and bring it back to the inside corner. As a lefty, you're going out to cover that changeup, but he just tugged it. Got it way inside. You see Cruz getting loose out there. happens to a pitcher is, you start getting confused because you've thrown good pitches in this at bat. And he's fouled one of them off. Then you went 4 consecutive changeups. Now you're trying to figure out fastball, where to go, and you've kind of lost direction. You tugged the two-seamer in, that went away.
Adele will go from first. Goldschmidt backs up. 3-2. Popped up. Rosario in foul territory, but in the seats. And another payoff.
You're talking about an at-bat that just wears out a pitcher. He probably figures this might be my last inning, but how do I get out of this? I've shown him everything I have.
Next pitch is going to be the 10th pitch of this at-bat and the 34th pitch of the inning.
Yeah, that's pretty demanding for a starter.
Another foul ball. Again, Rosario gives it a look. 3 rows back. Maybe 4. And I'll do it again. Pitch number 11. And he walked him.
Well, that's just a grinding at bat right there by Lowe. He just wore him out. He didn't know where to go to get him out through changeups, through curveballs, sinkers, and then just finally missed 3-2.
Coming into action tonight, Paul, the Angels had walked 77 times. And that leads Major League Baseball. Here's Logan O'Hoppe, grounded to short in the 3rd. No one was covering. No one feels worse about this inning than Caballero.
We don't know how the inning was going to progress, but an easy out with Mike Trout, and you should be out, with 1 out in your pocket, and that wasn't the case.
And a strike. And that one is past the diving Caballero into left field. Adele's trying to score. The throw is not in time. RBI single for O'Hoppe. And now the Yankees are up 4-3.
Again, these have been some good at-bats and some hard-hit balls for the Angels. See Aaron Boone going to head out there. I mean, he's just exhausted out on the mound after just absolutely cruising. His 4th inning was really bit him.
Well, Boone's going to take the ball. He'll call on Cruz. Frazier is coming up. And the Angels have pulled to within 1. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Sandals Resorts. Get closer to the Caribbean. By your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. And by the New York Lottery. This could be your lucky play. Looking into Yankee Stadium, where Fernando Cruz is taking over, trying to keep the Yankees in the lead as the Angels knock out Will Warren. This will be Cruz's 8th game. Those two pretty impressive entertainers, directors, Spike Lee and Billy Crystal.
Pretty avid Yankee fans, too.
Somebody's saying, Spike, you're on. And the 2-0 now. Frazier struck out looking in the third inning against Warren. So it all falls apart here. Warren had not allowed a hit going into this inning. And then Caballero booted the ground ball by Trout. And the floodgates have opened. Since last season, this is how effective Cruz has been, Paul. He's inherited 30 base runners. Only 2 have scored. That's 6.7%. That leads all American League relievers.
Yeah, behind in the count here. When he gets ahead, I mean, that split fingered is such a weapon. That's a problem. If he can't throw strikes, he can't get to a good count to put people away with that split finger.
Ah, strike. And the count is now full. Take a look at the Yankee bullpen budget, brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. They don't like to use a pitcher 3 times in 4 days, so you can figure out who might be available. And there's a walk to load the bases.
Well, he went to the split finger to try to get an out, but it was with 3-2, and by coming in and not getting ahead, it was really the first time that he went to that pitch. That's tough on a pitcher.
Zach Neto.
Well, Zach Neto off to a good start home run wise. He's got 5 home runs, 8 RBIs to this point. So in a dangerous at bat here.
One and one. Angels 8-8, Yankees 8-7 on the season. And he's telling Cruz, you've got to address the batter. And Cruz touched his chest and said, my bad. Foul back here. Now he's got some room to play with the splitter, get him to chase, 1-2 count.
Yeah, man on third. You got to be careful of your wells. You got to block anything in the dirt.
Neto did not offer, and the count levels at 2-2. And Trout on deck.
Rather large out right here.
Yeah.
Neto being one of the hot hitters. You got Mike Trout in the hole on deck.
2-2. 3-2, no place to put him. So every cliche you'd like to use now, you can start the merry-go-round. The runners will go. 3-2, 2 outs.
He's not been able to throw that split finger for a strike, so I think you got to go back to something hard or possibly the slider.
Runners go. Grounded foul. Boy, they're going to have Yankee pitchers combined throw about 50 pitches this inning.
Well, again, not his greatest slider, but a 3-2 pitch. You know, you want soft contact or a strikeout, but the Angels have really battled every pitch this inning.
And the payoff. And he walks in a run, and the game is tied at 4.
Well, again, he's so accustomed to getting strikeouts with that split finger, but you know, he has not been close enough to the strike zone for these guys to be tempted. And he got the foul ball with the slider and went back to the split finger, but was not able to get a swing.
So Will Warren watching it all unravel. The 4-0 lead is gone. It's a 4-4 game. Angels threatening to take the lead. Bases remain loaded with 2 outs, and Mike Trout at the plate. And Yankee pitchers have right now combined for 50 pitches this inning. Trout started the inning. Routine ground ball to Caballero, which he booted. Got on base, and now he's the 10th batter to come to the plate. One and 0.
The only time you really see Cruz struggle is with command, and that's the case right here. Not being able to get ahead of any of the hitters he's faced.
Could not hold up. That was a slider, 1-1.
Again, this is a check swing, but it, again, a slider completely out of the strike zone. Like Mike Trout guessing fastball.
Two and 1. And that would seem to be the pitch to guess here, because he's not commanding the other pitches.
Yeah, he has not thrown a split finger for a strike, and that's the thing. As a hitter, you know, you kind of erase that pitch if you can't ever throw it for a strike.
3-1. See Bird up in the bullpen.
I think Aaron Boone, in his wildest dreams, think he would be in this situation at the beginning of this inning, and the first ball is a ground ball.
High fly ball. Left center. Bellinger back and makes the play in front of the wall. That close to a grand slam, but the Angels score 4. Time for tonight's injury report, brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Carlos Rodon threw 3 innings and 50 pitches today at Yankee Stadium, and the next step could be another live session or a rehab assignment. The thought was he was always going to come back maybe by the end of April, beginning of May. Paul, quick quiz. In actual time, how long do you think that half inning was?
Yeah, half an hour or so, huh?
28 minutes.
28 minutes.
Yep.
Oof.
Austin Wells will lead off, so they pick up Kikuchi, tie the score.
If you did the math on that, so a half an hour per inning, that'd be an hour an inning. That'd be a 9-hour game.
Yeah, be unmanageable.
We'd have to call in the reinforcements here.
Yep.
Todd Frazier, head on down. Get a couple innings in you.
Fly ball shallow right. Going to be a long run for Adele. 1 out. So that's got to be obviously a pick-me-up for the Angels. And for the Yankees, in the midst of a 5-game losing streak, that's got to sting, having an inning like that.
And, you know, got up to such a great start, and you go back to when it was 4-0, and you had bases loaded where you could really break this game over, break it open, and the next thing you know, the Angels get out of that jam, throw up a couple runs. Next thing you know, it's 4-4, and you're back to square one if you're the Yankees.
Two and 0 on Goldschmidt. He doubled in the first inning, came around to score on Judge's home run, and then struck out in the second.
And if you're Kikuchi, I mean, that's like a rain delay right there. A half an hour sitting on the bench.
3-0. Last thing you want to do is walk the batter in front of Judge.
James, are the walks up this year? And you think it's because of the ABS? Let me get you some quick info here, Michael.
Three one. There's a walk. And that'll bring up Judge in the Optimum Fiber famously fast replay.
Wow. The sound, the swing, Aaron Judge, you know where it's going.
Well, he's not going to face Kikuchi. As the Angels will go to the bullpen, they'll bring in Anderson, one of 6 righties in the bullpen. Kikuchi is done. Leaves a runner on, 1 out, 4-4 game. Time to name that Yankee, brought to you by Prevagen, made for your brain. This is a 1, Paul, so you have to get it.
I'm glad they gave me a gimme. I only need my Prevagen for this one.
563 home runs. Hall of Famer. Played for the A's a couple of times. Orioles for a year. Yankees. And the answer to this question, today's a special day, too.
I know that answer, too. I saw the game notes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Sean Anderson takes over for Kikuchi.
The night it was raining candy bars. That's your hint there, Michael. How's that one?
And a strike to Judge. We had a name that Yankee over the weekend, Paul. It was a 12. The highest.
12?
Yeah, a 12.
Where's the scale go? I thought it stopped at 10.
It does. Somebody put their thumb on the scale.
I still want to get back to No Neck. That was the best one of last year.
Walt No Neck Williams. Wow. Wow, off the glove of O'Hoppe. And Goldschmidt will take second. I think Judge was too thrilled with that.
He definitely wanted to make eye contact. I mean, this ball up and in. I mean, to get up around Aaron Judge's head, you got to be way up and in. As a hitter, you know what? If you can make eye contact, you can usually tell what the intention was there.
Yeah, he doesn't look away for a while. And he overpowers Judge there, and Judge strikes out.
A little cut fastball kind of just runs away. Aaron Judge right on it, but just underneath the ball. I think he had a little extra hit there to hit it even farther.
Bellinger takes the ball 1-0.
It's a breaking ball, Michael. I still refuse to throw sweeper in my vocabulary. It's a breaking ball. Breaking ball is a breaking ball.
You know what? I got your back. I said it once this year. I was ashamed.
Shit, I like it. You admit your mistakes, you know.
Yeah, it was. I don't know why I said it. Tim Hill getting ready for the Yanks. Runner at second, 2 outs. Strike. And 2-2.
A good pitch to hit right there. He missed dead over the middle of the plate. Cody just fouled it off.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Grounded to Frazier, to Shonwell, and that'll do it. Yankee strand 1. It's 4-4 after 4. 2 nights, 1 wild show. Banana Ball is coming to New York City. Yankee Stadium will host the Savannah Bananas Saturday, April 25th, Sunday, April 26th. Limited ticket inventory and premium seat locations on sale now. Visit Yankees.com/bananas to secure your seats today. Tim Hill takes over for the Yanks to start the 5th inning, and he deals to Shonwell up and in, 1-0. So Anderson, who got the assignment after Kikuchi got taken out, ground ball, nice play by Jazz, and he gets Shonwell for the first out. He's got a flair for the dramatic and getting big home run hitting guys. He struck out Ohtani to end the game, struck out Cal Raleigh to end the game, and then he strikes out Judge.
Well, you talk about good defense right there. Jazz Chisholm, and he's so athletic that you see times where you think he could be the next absolute superstar at second base, and then all of a sudden something will come up where he almost loses concentration. And boy, he has all the tools, no doubt about that.
There's a strike to Jorge Soler. Oh, 0-2. Yankees going to use a lot of relief pitchers tonight. Remember, no days off this week. 3 more games against the Angels and then 3 games against the Royals.
Boy, if you could mindset Tim Hill and just put it in every pitcher's mind. You know, here, give me the ball. I'm throwing strikes. If you hit me, you hit me. If not, I'm not. You get me. It's just the way it is. He knows what he's got. He's got a little breaking ball, a ton of sinkers. I'm just going to chuck it in there, and you're going to hit it on the ground, and we'll go to the next guy.
There's a base hit for Soler. So he is 2 for 3. Time for some Old Spice fresh stats. The Yankee bullpen has allowed 6 run allowed in 6 of the last 8 games. And 6 of the Yankee losses this year, Paul, have come by 1 run.
Yeah, that's the concerning thing, because, you know, you're going to get beat up some days. You're going to beat up some people. But it's the close games that kind of make or break your season. Were they 0-6 so far?
0-6 in 1-run games, and the other game they lost was by 2 runs. Since 1900, just the 4th team to go 0-6 or worse to start a season in 1-run games. Through 15 games. So you take out the 1-run games, they're 8-1. Line down the right field line, foul. Judge is about to make a friend, I guarantee it. Friend. Forever. Oh yeah.
Got to be a little kid around there you can give it to, right?
Everybody has to make their own decision, Paul. Ground ball. Diving stop by Caballero. Gets up, fires. Not in time. Moncada beats it out. Infield single.
Wow, good job keeping the ball in the infield, but or play at second or first. You would think his only chance is to get to second base, but too good a jump. He just went on to first base and just no chance. It looks like it hurts now, doesn't it, Michael? When you dive and your neck jams and everything's sliding in the dirt. This should be too.
And it is, despite the stumble by Caballero. They double up Adele. We're halfway through. It's a 4-4 game. Yankees hockey jersey night is back for 2026. Come out to Yankee Stadium this Friday, April 17th. When the Yankees take on the Royals, first 18,000 guests in attendance. Receive a Yankees hockey jersey courtesy of StubHub. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. Stanton takes a strike. Sean Anderson. Bottom of the fifth inning, 4-4. Driven into center field. Trout back, still back, on the track, turns. He's going to play it off the wall. It gets by him, but Stanton's at second with a double. He just hit a P out there.
I was just sitting here. Mike Trout got a good jump, everything, but the reason he didn't catch this ball because it's a line drive. It's a 408-foot line drive off the top of the wall. Whereas a center fielder, you have no arc on the ball. The ball just beats you to the wall. A couple of feet from a home run, but just it sounded like it was off the end of the bat a little bit. It's just a rocket off the center field wall.
I've never seen him with a red belt.
You know what? I've watched numerous games this year. They're almost stuck in the seam there. That's kind of the big fashion now in the major leagues, right? The belts. I mean, we went from shoes to belts, and it looked like this torpedo bat. He barreled it up pretty good, but it sounded like it was kind of off the end of the bat.
But it was a belt.
Yeah, there you go. I love how you bring past things, just you make them relevant again, right back in the conversation.
Ben Rice pinch hitting now for Rosario. So Boone going to the bench early. So if you keep Rice in the game, that's it for Goldschmidt. And you have to use another player to take over for Rosario at third. That'll be McMahon. So he wants to strike right here in the bottom of the fifth inning.
It's kind of scratching my head the inning before when Kikuchi came out. You've got Goldschmidt leading off, right? And you got Judge on deck. Both of them just hammer lefty. So you let the lefty start the inning. He walks Goldschmidt, you Yankee. So, you know, if you're going to, you know he's only got a hitter. Well, why wouldn't you start the righty?
2-1. Three and one on Rice. And he walks Rice. Now that was also a danger ball going to Rice there. First base is open. I'm saying he intentionally walked it, but he was very careful with it.
No, absolutely. I mean, Ben Rice's numbers right now are starting to get the attention from the other teams.
Well, the Angels wanted to challenge that pitch, but they're out of challenges.
Yeah, it looks like it just missed.
So here's Jazz Chisholm Jr. 0 for 2. One and 0. Chisholm is grounded to second and struck out. One and one. And that one gets by, but Stanton, he can't go there because it's just not fleet of foot. And O'Hoppe might get him at third.
Well, just overthrown it. A good job by O'Hoppe to block the ball, keep it in front of him, knowing that Stanton, I mean, this ball needs to get to the screen for Stanton to get to third base.
2-1. Ground ball first base. Shotwell takes the one out. The runners move up. So Stanton's at third. Rice now at second.
Well, he did get the runners over, but he had two really good pitches to hit in that at bat when he was up in the count, and both of them fouled one off and came around that one a little bit just to jam himself and beat it into the ground.
Well, they're going to go to Grisham now to pinch hit for Grichuk.
A lot of moves going on here early in the game, Michael. You're going to have weird lineups for the rest of the game for both managers to try to get matchups in the bullpen.
Well, if it plays out the way we think and that man has to go in and play third, you've used 75% of your bench in the fifth inning, so it's important that he can score runs. Well, you don't run on Trout, and you have to run with caution on Lowe and Adele. So Grisham hitting 133. He's been walking a lot, 22.4% walk rate, tied with Rice for the highest. The one difference, he's not pulling the ball this year like he did last year.
Well, another pitch that, you know, looked close, and you would think in these big situations they would love to have a challenge, but Ohapi just has to throw the ball back. No thinking about it.
Infielder's in. And they made Grisham a skip rope. On deck, Caballero. Good changeup, 2-1.
Well, if you're sitting on a fastball, as Grisham was here, you have to make sure that you don't adjust to this and just hit it off the end of the bat. Go ahead and swing through it, get out in front of it if you're looking dead fastball. The way you just get right back in the box.
High fly ball, right field. Adele back on the track at the wall. See ya. A pinch hit. 3-run home run for Grisham. And the Yankees retake the lead. 7-4.
First home run of the year and a big one for the Yankees. Big 3-run homer off the bench. And he swung through that off-speed pitch. 2-0, and then he got the same pitch a little more over the plate and put it in the seats. Who says you can't use all your players in the fifth inning? That might be
It works, it works. Caballero swings and misses.
Well, it's a big, big home run for Grisham just to get a 1 in that column of the home runs and also give the Yankees a 3-run lead here in the bottom of the fifth.
Here's what I don't get, Paul. See if you can explain it to me. They have 3 lefties in the bullpen.
Yeah.
Suzuki didn't have them up. Not even throwing, so that allowed Boone to unleash his lefties on the bench without worrying about a counter. He never had one of the 3 lefties up warming.
Yeah, I asked James a few things. How many lefties at the board? And they do. They have 3. I don't know their budget-wise where they are, but you know, Pomeranz obviously they like to use later in the game, but Suter and Ferris, I don't know.
Grounder, Neto.
And it's not like Anderson is, you know, one of their star relievers. Again, this is that split finger, but this one just stays at home. And Grisham just gets enough to take that ball in the seats. everything is back. Grisham is one of those guys that hits off his back foot, and if he stays through the ball as he did there, you see how the bat end extends through the strike zone, and that's where you get that carry. And Wells hooks this one foul. Stays through it. He actually goes down to get it and get through it, but does not come around it or go over it. Yeah, and when you're, I mean, this is what Jazz Chisholm is going through now, trying to get rid of that first home run. Well, Grisham doing the same thing, gets one off the bench in a big situation for the Yankees.
Had 34 last year, and in game 16, he connects for his first. It's a big one. Three and one on Wells. Seven runs, 6 hits for the Yankees. 4 runs, 5 hits for the Angels. Popped up, right side. Coming in is Adele, and puts it away. Well, the Yankees go to their bench. Rice pinch hit walk, and then Grisham pinch hits for Pritchett. And he pulls the ball. He hasn't been doing it all year, but he hits it for a home run, a 3-run shot.
Getting lit up. Victor Caratini deep to left field. It is long gone. Caratini's first homer of the year. 3-run shot. Twins go up 10-0. Crochet's final line, 11 runs in an inning and 2/3, Michael. Minnesota up 12-3.
Unbelievable. We go around the majors. Soriano had a great week. Jeff McNeil also had a good week. And Bryce Harper, last 6 games, red hot. Red hot. And Soriano is not scheduled to pitch this series, so Yankees kind of luck out on that.
Well, if you look at something that just absolutely happened perfectly, is you got your best defense in there. McMahon at third. You got Grisham back in center field. Clay Bellinger over to left, and you got a 3-run lead. So the moves at Aaron Boone, we kind of thought, wow, is this the right thing? You know, in the 5th inning, it became the right thing when that 3-run homer.
Now it's up to the bullpen. 1-2 count on Josh Lowe. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Yankees up by 3. Right back to Hill. 1 down.
Hill ought to be pretty good at that underhand to first base. Have you ever seen another pitcher have that many little ground balls back to him with the underhand over to first base? I mean, that's what he does.
He really, you look at him and he's fearless on the mound. Here, hit it. And, you know, the way the ball moves, the release angle, he's going to get a lot of ground balls. What a weapon for them.
He takes the ball, he throws strikes. I mean, he'll take the ball in a blowout, he'll take the ball in a close game. It just doesn't matter.
Now, it seems like the Yankees have used the bullpen a lot. They've used a lot of their pitchers, but coming into the game, they have the 2nd fewest bullpen innings per game in the majors. So they have 3.22 bullpen innings per game, and the Tigers have 3.13. And the reason why the Yankees have not had to use a lot of innings out of the pen is their starters have given them length, especially for the beginning of the year.
You look at Max Fried and, you know, what he's done as a starter. I mean, that's really is kind of a reset for the bullpen.
Ground ball, Jazz Chisholm gets O'Hoppe, and also the outing the other day by Weathers when the bullpen really needed a breather. He gave them 8 innings.
And Weathers again, a lot like Warren tonight. Looks like he has learned that changeup down and away. His last outing where he used that changeup down and away to righties made him a completely different pitcher.
And we'll see Weathers tomorrow against Reed Detmers.
I'm anxious to say hi because I played with his father, Stormy Weathers, David Weathers. He was a really good guy, a really good teammate, bullpen pitcher.
That one is looped and past Caballero, kind of ate him up. So a base hit for Frazier.
Yeah, this ball, it was a jam shot. Probably had some weird spin on it, but you almost wonder if he would have been better off just diving to catch it on the fly, because as soon as it hit, it kind of went backwards, because you see the spin on the baseball. See, he reached for it and it kind of came back the other way. And that's all from the weird spin of being jammed.
Boone going to the bullpen. He'll bring on Bird to face Neto. Time to name that Yankee. This one's easy. It's Mr. October, Reginald Martinez Jackson. And we give you that today because on this date, 1978, after he hit 3 home runs in Game 6 of the 1977 World Series against the Dodgers, he had said before he even signed with the Yankees, if I played in New York, they'd name a candy bar after me. And they did. So, first game at home, they gave out the bars. He hit a home run, and they deposited the bars on the field. Many of the fans did. He certainly had a flair for the dramatic. As Jake Bird takes over, I've told you this before, Paul. 17-year-old Michael Kay was in the ballpark that day.
Nice.
I did not throw my food. I ate it.
That happened. It didn't happen the first 3. You ate yours before the game started.
That's right. It was excellent.
You weren't tricking anybody. That was you with the trash can, picking them up down on the field.
I could have. I would have. I mean, you can't get better advertisement than that.
No, that's awesome.
One and two. Lined into center field. It's a base hit. So Neto picks up a single. Frazier moves to second. That brings up Trout.
Well, you see pitcher or games where, you know, pitching just dominates. And if you look at this game, it's just the hitters are dominating. They're just putting together great at bats. Both sides just battling against each other's bullpens at this point. Well, you got the big fly out with bases loaded with Mike Trout. You know, these are scary at bats when you know somebody as good as he is, to give him too many opportunities to put them on the board. Well, we got a challenge left, Michael.
The catcher's Johnson pitch.
Presented by T-Mobile.
The call is correct. The Yankees have 1 challenge remaining.
Wow. I knew it had played. I didn't know if it got quite down to the strike zone. We've talked about it numerous times. How about the backup breaking ball? Can you throw it intentionally? And you see Mike Trout staying in there on that breaking ball, expecting it to break away, and it just kind of stayed there.
Two and two.
Well, the breaking ball, the cutter, everything kind of overthrowing and having to actually back up instead of going away from Mike Trout. I think that, you know, the way he has pitched him, you got to go back to the breaking ball.
3-run home run for Trout, and the Angels have retied the game at 7.
Well, Mike Trout has put up numbers for a reason. He's a great baseball player, and this was where breaking ball, but it's kind of the get-me-over breaking ball, a 3-2. Got it out over the plate. Looks like the pitch that Trout was looking for, the hole at bat, and he finally got it. The breaking ball away, no doubt off the bat. See, this ball has just a little bite, enough just to get to the barrel of his bat. And at that point, all three of those guys know where that's headed.
Well, the tail of the tape is now updated. Judge has a home run to go to 373. Trout has a home run to go to 407. They both have 3 MVPs of the Rookie of the Year and remarkably similar WARs.
Compact, strong. We've seen it for years. Mike Trout. Still can't believe it, though, Michael. 16th season.
2-1.
So there, I already showed early in the broadcast. He'll throw him down with you. Don't act like you're going to fight.
Fly ball. Grisham puts it away. So 2 of the best players in baseball in this generation featured in this game. Trout with a 3-run home run earlier. Judge hit one himself. Airline of the New York Yankees, Delta, keep climbing. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 7-7. And the top of the Yankee order, Ryan McMahon came into play 3rd, and he goes into Goldschmidt's spot. Ground ball, first base, Sean O'Well. One down.
Angels bullpen are up, but he is really stuck with Anderson. He went to him in the bullpen. That's the 2nd time that he's been up and in to Aaron Judge.
Last time, Judge stared at him and then ended up striking out. I think he's getting a little chapped.
Enough. I mean, if you're that comfortable throwing up and in, you're not that good to miss me every time. And sooner or later, you're going to clip me, and I'm not going to be real happy about it.
Really, Judge right now wants to hit one to the Grand Concourse.
Yes. So he's trying to go the other way, then, you're telling me. Over the right field.
That would be the concourse, yep. Oh, go that way. Deep to left. See ya. There's your answer. Boy, he must feel pretty good with that.
Mike Trout. I mean, you saw a little extra time at home plate, and that just goes to show you that he got his attention from coming up and in twice. Aaron Judge, I mean, as a hitter, you cannot ask for anything better to be checked at a pitcher and then waffle one into the seats.
I would guess, Paul, some homers feel better than others.
Yeah, and this is one of them because he had missed a couple of pitches just under, but then 2 times up. He faced Anderson, one up and in on his head, the other one up and in towards his hand. And you know what? Their purpose pitches to get him off of this slider away. didn't work because that's what he got. That's what he ended up hitting into the seats.
So the Yankees retake the lead. 0-2 on Bellinger.
Well, a lot of times what we talk about in the pregame does not come into play, but it certainly has tonight with Mike Trout and Aaron Judge both having huge games.
Trout told Jack Curry today how much he respected Judge and enjoyed sharing the field with him. Second time they've hit home runs in the same game. 24th game they've played. And that's a grounder to first, 2 down.
The split finger just kind of sits there. Then watch, Aaron Judge is usually off to the races, puts his head down. Not here. I'm going to stand and watch this one a little bit, just to let you know you got my attention. Going to second deck there, Mike?
I think it might have hit the facing of the second deck. So he didn't go concourse. He headed toward 164th Street. Took a quick look at the picture.
Bad flip. You just don't see it from Aaron Judge very often, but every once in a while, that pitcher irritates you enough to do it. Wow.
That was some cut by Stanton.
And you've seen that back foot slip out once in a while. It totally left him here. There's Scotty Scheffler hitting a golf ball.
One and 2. Two and 2. So home runs today by Judge, Caballero, pinch hit home run by Grisham, and another home run by Judge. Two. And the count is full.
There's been some close pitches since they've lost their challenges. There's another one right there that is questionable. Close.
Line and a base hit. Second hit for Stanton.
It was really impressive right there. That ball was really sinking. Stanton's usually straight up, but watch how he goes down with his breaking ball. His whole body kind of falls with it, and he just drives it into left field. Wow. A lot of power in that swing there, Michael.
Well, finally, Suzuki takes out Anderson. He stayed with him for a long time. And the Yankees lead 8-2 as they go to the pen. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Nissan. Hop into a Nissan Rogue and hit the road to adventure. Shop NissanUSA.com. And by Sage, proud accounting software provider of the New York Yankees. City looks great. Wow. Greatest city in the world right there.
That's it. I mean, it's amazing. The electricity going through here. Really?
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Here's Mitch Farris, one of the 3 left-handers, to face Rice. And there's a strike. Something loose behind the plate. Ball boy gets it. Grounded foul. Nice catch by the ball boy in the dugout. You know, they have the fences up in the dugout, but Craig Albernaz, the manager of the Orioles, got hit and had to be carried out of the dugout today. So the fences just cover so much, you got to still be alert.
Yeah, I mean, your reaction time over in the dugout, believe me, it's you don't have a lot of time.
I don't know how you guys did it when there was no fence, and I don't know how you did it at the Dodgers facility in Florida.
Yeah,
Beach.
Dodger Town was the worst. I actually had a friend call me and said, have you ever been to Dodger Town? Because he had gone to a spring training game there. Just like, yeah, that's all I remember was sitting out there on like a bench.
Yeah, there's no roof.
Nothing. And in spring training, when people don't have their timing down, you were getting balls whistled over your head all the time.
2-2. Driven into right center field. That's going to be in there for a base hit. Adele will cut the ball off. Stanton will go to third. So Rice picks up a single. Keep the inning going.
Ben Rice just continues to have great at-bats. I mean, he's, again, like Stanton, just followed this ball with his body. Breaking ball. Watch him hit his front side and just follow it. It's just straight through the baseball. Just a great swing. Again, the way this game is going, I mean, every run you can put on the board is important. Like, neither offense wants to give up.
Well, Grisham came off the bench, got off the schneid home run wise, and you know that Chisholm wants to as well. He was talking 50-50 in spring training. Well, to get to 50, you have to start with one. And he has not hit that one yet. One and two. Swing and a miss. Chisholm down on strikes, hearing some boos from the crowd. But Aaron Judge not. Had a home run in the 9th inning yesterday. In the 1st inning, he connects a long 2-run shot. Then, number 2, after he got buzzed up and in, he goes deep and out. Yankees lead 8-7. Land donation, go to t2t.org. Fun game so far. A little seesaw battle. Yankees up 4-0, then 4-4. The Angels tie it. Yankees go up 7-4, and then the Angels tie at 7-7. And then Judge's second home run of the game, and the Yankees are up by 1, 8-7 as we move to the 7th inning. Jorge Soler will lead off against Jake Bird. Bird came on and gave up the 3-run home run to Trout. That tied it at 7. And the count 1-2 on Soler, who's 2 for 3 tonight. The home run that Trout hit, the first home run off the Yankee bullpen this year. And down goes Soler as he strikes out. Yankee bullpen came into tonight's game with the 6th best ERA in baseball, 2.98.
Again, this is supposed to be a cutter that kind of goes away, and you see it kind of rides up and in. He has done this numerous times, and then finally got one away to Mike Trout, who ended up in the seats.
And a strike. Line into right field. Judge will field it on a hop. As Moncada with a 1-out single. His second hit.
18 hits between the two teams. I mean, it has been an offensive night. You got home runs, you've got base hits, you've got graded bats. An offensive guy or pitching guy? You like seesaw games like this, Michael, or the one that
you know what? A great 1-0 game I love, and I love a game like this.
Yeah?
I just love baseball, Paul.
Really?
Yes.
We've been watching it for. We just changed our seats all the time. I went from the dugout up here. You just moved over to the middle. We just changed our seats and keep watching Yankee games.
Absolutely. Who's got it better? Hit sharply, and that's a fair ball. Kicks off the sidewall. Moving to third is Moncada. Bellinger gets the ball in. It's a double for Adele, and the Angels will not stop. They keep coming back second and third now with 1 out.
About the middle of the lineup has been good. And Adele, he's had some good at-bats tonight. He just hammers this ball. McMahon, I didn't think he knows where it is until it's by him. That ball was just shot down the line. Cody Bellinger got a good ricochet out there in left field, which allowed him to keep Moncada from scoring.
Matt Blake, another trip to the mound.
What do you say here? Hey, you're making mistakes and they're hitting it hard. Quit making mistakes.
That's what Art Fowler would say. Camilo Doval getting up as the Yankees trying to piece it together after a short outing by Warren. Yankees trying to snap a 5-game losing streak, so there's some pressure here on an early April game.
Yeah, with a 1-run lead, there's no reason to bring people in, and you know, you have a base hit, you're losing the lead. So this is a tough spot for Bird. Gonna have to make really good pitches. Shanuel, so a lefty, everything going in right there. Good way to start with a cutter right under his hands.
All right, so the Yankees play the infield back at short and second. They don't want to give up 2 runs, but a ground ball by Lowe will tie the game. And quickly 0-2 on Josh Lowe.
Well, you've thrown 2 perfect pitches, a cutter and then a breaking ball, a little bit slower. Now, how do I get him out before he's able to get back into this count? And this is what has happened a lot to the Yankee pitchers. They've got ahead, and some of the Angels in big at bats. The Angel hitters have been able to spoil a lot of pitches until they make a mistake.
And the 0-2 upstairs.
You know, everything cutter, breaking ball is things that are going into a lefty hitter. You would love to see something go away, but I just don't know that Bird has the confidence to you know, go away with something fading away in this situation.
Club foul.
A good pitch, but you've seen time and time again in this at bat everything coming into you, both hard and breaking balls.
Moncada at third, Adele at second, 1 man out in the 7th. Yankees up by 1. High fly ball that should tie the game as Judge drifts back. He makes the catch. Moncada scores. Adele moves to third. A sac fly for Lowe, and we are tied again at 8.
Well, again, Lowe, just a great at bat, but if you think about it, he really only had to protect the middle of the plate in. The whole outside of the plate is kind of out of it because Bird doesn't have a pitch to really go down and away to get a strikeout.
So now the go-ahead runs at third base, and here comes Aaron Boone. So with Logan O'Hoppe waiting at the plate, he's going to call on Camilo Doval. A rough outing for Jake Bird. Gave up the big home run to Trout, gives up a sac fly to Lowe, and we are tied at 8 in the Bronx. Well, tomorrow on Yes, the Yankees continue this 4-game set with the Angels. Extended coverage starts at 5 o'clock with 2 full hours of pregame leading up to first pitch at 7:05 right here on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Well, Fernando Cruz first out of the bullpen, then Tim Hill, Jake Bird, and now Camilo Doval. Pitched yesterday. O'Hoppe drove in a run in the 4-run fourth inning when the Angels sent 10 runners to the plate. So Adell's at third with the go-ahead run. 8-8 game. The Angels have 10 hits. The Yankees have 9. And there's a strike at 99 miles an hour. Chase Silseth, a right-hander, warming for the Angels in their pen. Oh, 2. Boy, you see him throw a cutter at 99, and you just wonder how he ever gets hit.
Yeah, and every once in a while, the cutter just spins. And, you know, it kind of sits there. You just wonder if he mixed a two-seamer in with a little bit more. So you got the ball going both ways.
And the 1-2. Just got a piece.
And that's pitching right there. You saw the cutter at 99. That was a sinker at 97 going in on his hand. So now the outside part of the plate is in play if he can make the pitch.
Fly ball right field. Judge will put it away, and that'll do it. But the Angels tie the score, 1 run, 2 hits, and a runner left at third. At the end of 6.5, it's time for the 7th inning stretch. Yankees and the Angels tied at 8, but will stay right here as we honor America in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise, remove your caps, and please direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest. United States Army Corporal Brett Farrader from Baldwinsville, New York, who served in Operation Desert Storm. The Yankees say thank you, Brett, for your sacrifice and for your service to our nation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in singing along with Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, right before
Angels keep fighting back here.
If you wanted offense, today was your day to come watch this game. Absolutely incredible. Aaron Judge in the first inning, 2-run homer, hits another one, and Mike Trout says, guess what? Whatever you can do, I can do better. 3-run homer himself. Yankees pitching needs to wake up a little bit.
Todd and I will have you covered on the postgame with Meredith. Let's go back to the Bronx with Michael and Paul.
Thank you, guys. 8-10-1 for the Angels, 8-9-1 for the Yankees. Kikuchi struggled. Mike Trout, the 3-run home run. Will Warren victimized by a bad play at shortstop. He struggled, couldn't get out of the fourth. Aaron Judge has not struggled. 2 home runs, 3 ribbies. This is kind of like a wrestling match, and there's Shane O'Mac, Shane McMahon is here at the ballpark in the right center field bleachers.
It's one of those games, Michael, you know, if you have an ace pitcher and he gives up a run and you lose, you think, what a wasted opportunity. And if you look at this game, 8 runs on the board. It's extremely important for the Yankees to somehow scratch out this win because you've had a great offensive night. You've lost 5 in a row. You've got to kind of change the cycle here.
So Grisham came off the bench, a pinch hit, 3-run home run in the 5th inning. A big blow for him and obviously for the Yanks. And there's a strike, just clips the outside corner. 3-1 on Grisham. Take a look at the pitching decisions presented by Sage, Paul.
Well, you've always heard the old thing saying, if you make that pitch, well, you better throw it again, and you throw it better. Well, he did. He hung the second one. Hung it all the way out in the second row for a huge 3-run homer for Trent Grisham.
That one is fought into center field, but Trout got a good jump, puts it away.
Grisham has had some aggressive swings tonight, and that's a good sign. You know, coming off the bench, a lot of times you don't think and prepare like you do when you're starting, and to walk up as a pinch hit and then, you know, get your first home run, and then all of a sudden you're up again. He's had some good at-bats tonight.
Here's Caballero. 2-run home run in the 2nd inning, 1 for 3. And he takes a strike from Mitch Farris.
I don't think Caballero thought that he addressed him and made eye contact, and he just kind of quick pitched him.
I think he had the same conversation with an umpire in Tampa as well. He said in the postgame, I'm going to keep looking at that 8 seconds because that's the rule. Is it 10, 9? There's the 8 seconds. One and 1. Paul, we waited for you to get to the booth to have one of these games.
You know what, Michael? My first game of the year. It's like opening day. You know, I'm excited to be here. It's not snowing. It's beautiful out.
1 and 2.
You know, I was just thinking, though, if you're watching this game and you hear the stories of the old days, you know, I saw a game with DiMaggio and, you know, Ted Williams. They both played, you know, and all of a sudden we're watching this today with different names. You're watching Mike Trout and Aaron Judge, and both of them have hit home runs. So, you know, what a cool night.
And they're both going to the Hall of Fame. In fact, 2 other people on the field probably going to the Hall of Fame, Stanton and Goldschmidt. And as we mentioned earlier, there's a lot of MVPs here, too. Sky the other way and out of play. Take a look at Caballero's 2nd inning home run on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud. 108.2 off the bat, traveled 370 feet into the lower deck. 1 and 2 on the Yankee shortstop.
You know, I was just looking at the graphics there, Michael, because I know how accurate they are, right? I just wanted to know if they've been updated because the clock is no longer here. We got a new sign out there where the clock was.
That's right.
So it was updated, I think.
Right in on the thumbs, a ground ball to Neto. And he gets Caballero for out number 2. Yeah, it's updated.
Yes, it is. We're talking about the sign there on Yankee Stadium, just to the left of it. Benjamin Moore, in case you want to paint your house. But in the old days, it used to be a clock. Michael and I've looked up there about 104 times. I know it's not going to change, but I don't know what time it is.
Well, remember there's the clock there. You can find one.
Where's that thing? See, they just threw a graphic up there. We got
right there.
All right, I see it.
Well, what's the old saying? There's no clock in baseball, right?
Yeah.
Well, literally now there's no clock, except for that one.
That's when you're playing. There's a clock when you're up here, and there's a clock if you're in the stands with a 12-year-old who's got school tomorrow, right?
Well, maybe Benjamin Moore will decide to paint the clock there.
That's right. Did you say, Audrey, time to paint your house? Huh? We'll write the script for him, Michael.
Yeah. Ground ball and through for base hit for Austin Wells.
Well, against the lefty, Austin Wells finds a hole on the right side. Both offenses, every single guy goes up there. You see him around the ball. Not a lot of break on this breaking ball. Just able to put it in play and find a hole.
Yankees 10th hit of the night. Each team with 8 runs, each team with 10 hits. Here's Ryan McMahon against the lefty. And a strike. Two and one. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. 8-8 game. First game of a 4-game series. And first game of a 7-game homestand for the Yankees. And a strike, 2-2. Yankees have 1 challenge remaining. The Angels do not have a challenge. Runner on first. Wells leads. Fouled away. Another foul ball.
If you look at his swing at the side, you see that top hand. See how it kind of drops, so he becomes kind of a bottom hand hitter. And you got to know what type of hitter you are. I was a top hand guy. Judge is a bottom hand where he kind of, gets a loft on his swing. He needs to stay on top of the ball a little bit more. He swings at strikes. We're going to fix this, Michael.
Well, when the weather gets hot, the ball starts to fly out. Yankee offense has been dormant, but not tonight. The Bronx Bombers are in town. And Mike Trout, he joins in the party. But nobody throws a party like Aaron Judge. 2 home runs for the Yankee captain. 3 in 2 games. A lot of offense as these 2 teams are tied at 8 as we go to the 8th. Hyundai scoreboard, identical lines. And Adam Frazier will start it off against Camilo Doval. Frazier 1 for 2 with a walk. He doubled in the 6th inning. We start the 8th. And a strike. Line drive and passed. McMahon in the left field. He slices it and got it past the Yankee third baseman. Leadoff single.
He really pulled his hands in and just shot it the other way. McMahon not a lot of time to react, and it just squirted through the left side. Ball going away. Just a really good piece of hitting, just to shoot the ball the other way, find a hole on the left side. A funny grip on that ball, almost like a changeup grip, but it didn't have the spin of a changeup.
Here's Neto. This is the first appearance this year where Doval has had multiple up and downs. Usually comes in, that's it. But this time, came in, sat down, gets back up, and comes back out.
Yeah, that 4th inning really put a lot into play for Aaron Boone as far as the bullpen. Not being able to get out of the 4th when Will Warren was just cruising. All of a sudden, you knew it was going to be a long night on how to piece this thing together in the bullpen.
Two and one. Neto walked with the bases loaded, drove in a run. In the 6th inning, he singled ahead of Trout, and then Trout hit the 3-run home run. Blackburn and Bednar. They've used Hill, Doval, Cruz, Bird. Nice pitch.
Monday must be offensive tonight, Michael. Look at the out-of-town scores that were just up there. It's been 16 runs scored, 10 runs, 9 runs. I mean, almost everybody's in double figures tonight.
Yeah, Minnesota has 13, Philadelphia has 13, Miami has 10, Pittsburgh has 16.
That's a beating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mets are getting shut out. Oh, they haven't started yet. Sorry.
Well, there's one out, top of the 1st. They started.
Right.
That's how long this game's going. The game on the West Coast started.
I forgot about that. That's not a good sign.
Oh, good pitch. Neto swings through the slider, one away.
Well, he's got the cutter at 99 and then the slider that breaks a little bit more. It's about 10 miles off of the velocity. But a great sequence. You get him out in front, you can swing and a miss.
Here's Mike Trout. And he takes a strike. Long home run for Trout last time up, a 3-run blast. Reached on an E6 that started the 4-run 4th inning. Also came around to score. So 1 for 3. Take a look at that home run in the 6th.
Yeah, after a bunch of backup sliders, he finally was looking away, got the slider away, and it went a long way.
He does not hold up. 1 and 2.
I got to agree with that. If he makes contact, that ball'll be shot to right field.
Misses 99. 2-2. And the pitch. 3-2 on Trout. Trout's career trajectory was just amazing, and then injuries just happened one year after the next, so his numbers would be so much better and higher if he'd stayed healthy. That one's driven deep to left center field. Going back, Grisham turning, looking, see ya, off the back wall of the bullpen. A 2-run home run for Trout. He's matching Judge in home runs, and it's 10-8 LA.
With these long counts, you see Mike Trout just seems to sit on pitches, and if he gets it late in the count where he's seen it before, this ball hit the back of the bullpen wall. I mean, this is just a bomb.
Judge with 2 home runs. Trout with 2 home runs. Shonowell takes a ball. Crowd kind of hushed after that long home run by Trout. Not much success tonight out of the Yankee bullpen. 408 home runs. And that's the leaderboard. And the count 2-2. Inside 3-2. Yankees up 4-0. Then Yankees up 7-4. Then Yankees up 8-7. And now they're down 10-8. Caballero gets a nice hop. 2 away.
Well, a spinner that just stayed down. And Mike Trout again looks like he's looking for the breaking ball away in both of those at bats. Aaron Judge knows it. As soon as the sound, the Angels knew it.
So did Doval. Here is Jorge Soler. Right side, Rice will put it away for the final out. Judge and Trout, 2 Hall of Famers putting on a show, a big-time show. Something to watch. Well, fans, Yankee Games on Yes are streaming live on the Gotham Sports app, included for free with your eligible TV provider subscription. Download and sign into the Gotham Sports app now and check out all the great Yankees content, including game highlights, post-game sound, and much more. Drew Pomeranz comes on, and now Trout is set to judge your move as Judge leads off. And he hits it right to Trout. 1 pitch, 1 out. Well, we started with the tail of the tape. They both have 3 MVPs. They both won the Rookie of the Year. Trout's home run total now for his career 408. Judge is 374. Remarkably similar numbers, same batting average, 293. And if 293, Paul, does not seem that impressive, and I know it does to you, so from the time that they've become major leaguers, the average major league batting average is 250. Bellinger rips one to right field. It's a base hit.
Yeah, I would think early 2000s, late 90s, is probably 265, somewhere around there, 260 something.
Well, since they came up, it's 250.
Yeah.
Yep. Pomeranz, second lefty out of 3 in the bullpen. He's 31 years old, 13th big league season. Played for a lot of teams. And the pitch is high to Stanton.
Had a really good year last year. This year is kind of struggling. He's given up almost as many runs so far that he did all last year.
Well, in his first big league action since 2021, he had a 2.17 ERA and a 28% strikeout rate. That was with the Cubs. Foul back here and out of play. Pomeranz deals. 2-2. And down goes Stanton.
Well, that's as good as it gets right there. A nasty knuckle curve. He had thrown fastballs and then balls out of the strike zone high. He comes back with this knuckle curve, just down and in with nasty movement.
Rice swings and misses. Popped up. Oh, Hoppy gives a look out of play. Angels 10, Yankees 8, the first game of a 4-game set. The 0-2. Rice pinch hit in the 5th inning, worked a walk, then had a single in the 6th. Goldschmidt had started at first, and Goldschmidt in his time had a double and 2 at-bats and a walk. One, two. Swing and a miss, got him. An impressive inning for Drew Pomeranz. Yankees strand 1, we go to the 9th. Angels are up by 2. Well, fans, stay tuned. After the final out for tonight's WB Mason Yankees postgame is Justin Shackle and Todd Frazier will have highlights and analysis. Meredith Marakovitz gets player interviews in the clubhouse, and we'll hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. It's all coming up next on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Well, soccer going on. But more scoring here in the ballpark, 10-8. Angels lead as we go to the ninth. New Yankee pitcher is Paul Blackburn. And Moncada swings at the first pitch and lofts it to shallow center. Grisham calls off Caballero. 1 down. Last pitched on Thursday here at the stadium. So here is Yoan Moncada. Oh, I said Moncada. I'm sorry. It's Joe Adele.
They're all hitting, Michael. They're all starting to run together.
Yeah, I didn't write down the last out in the 8th.
Is that it? Kind of messed you up?
Yep.
Like forgetting to throw an answer on the test, huh? And you didn't quite get an A?
And then your number on the SAT goes way down.
I didn't work. Can't go down much more than 0. That's where I started, right?
Fly ball, center field. 2 away. And that'll bring up Josh Lowe. Back when we took that test, Paul, didn't you get like 200 just for signing your name?
Well, you got some free points. Yeah, if you could spell your name right. That was pretty good.
Locked in, I love it. Fly ball. And Grisham makes all 3 putouts. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Do the Yankees have a rally in their bones? Time for the game-changing drives of the game, brought to you by Audi and the all-new Audi Q3, both off the bat of the captain. In the first inning, deep into the left center field bleachers, his 5th home run of the year, and then in the 6th, a solo blast. Both bullets, both well hit, and contributing to the Yankees' 8 runs. But they need more as they go to the bottom of the 9th inning to avoid their 6th straight loss. Jordan Romano has not allowed an earned run in 5 innings. Last pitched on April 6th. 7 strikeouts in 5 innings. Peraza, the former Yankee, takes over at third base. And Teodosio takes over in left field. And Romano deals low and outside to Jazz Chisholm. Five hitless innings across 6 appearances, 4 for 4 in saves. And a strike. Signed a 1-year, $2 million deal with the Angels in December. And it's a big reclamation project for the pitching coach, Mike Maddox. Last year was a wreck for Romano with the Phillies. Ground ball and through for a base hit. And just like that, the Yankees bring the tying run to the plate here in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, you're looking to get some things going here. You got to get that leadoff hitter on. Jazz kind of just shortened his swing up, found a hole on the right side. First fastball he saw in the count and was able to turn on it. That slight uppercut. He's not staying through the ball completely. They got enough of that to get it through the right side.
So here's Grisham, came off the bench for a pinch hit 3-run home run in the 5th. First home run of the year. Romano last year with the Phillies, 8.23 ERA in 49 games. And the Angels thought there were some things they could tweak with him. That's what he did from 22 and 23, and then last year. 2-0. 3-0 on Grisham.
this game's going, Michael. You just want to keep the ball rolling to try to get Aaron Judge a bat in his hand at some point.
It's a 3-1 count on Grisham.
Think about it. It's a long layoff. It's been a week since Romano's pitched. Uh-oh.
Fly ball, deep right, going back. Adele on the track at the wall. See ya. He's tied the game. His second home run of the game. A 2-run shot. We are knotted at 10.
What a huge night coming off the bench. Trent Grisham's second home run of the night. 5 RBIs on the night and some really good aggressive swings. The Yankees aren't giving up here, Michael.
Ten. Here's Caballero. It's a night of multiple home runs. 2 by Trout, 2 by Judge, 2 by Grisham. Can Caballero make it 2 and win the game? Grounded. Fair inside third. Kicks off the sidewall. Caballero turns. He'll go for 2. The throw, not in time. It's a double. The winning run's in scoring position.
Well, this is what just happened to put him in this position. Trent Grisham, second home run of the night. Use that momentum and just keep the rally going. Your 1 base hit, or possibly if you get him over, a sacrifice fly for having the best win of the year right here for the Yankees. Grisham has been on his backside all day, and that's where he can drive the ball the other way, or pull the ball. You talked about in the scouting report, he wasn't pulling the ball a lot, and that's because he's getting out front a little bit. And all of a sudden, Caballero has been swinging the bat much better since coming back from the race series. A sure double down the line here, setting up the Yankees with a good opportunity to win this thing in the bottom of the ninth.
So here's Austin Wells. The Angels are expecting a bunt. They're in at the corners. Yankees have already tied the game. There's a runner in scoring position. Not sure why they'd have to bunt. And they were not as he checks the swing. You bunt, you give an out away. You let them swing away, you have 3 outs to go, and Judge is going to come up.
We also have a left-handed hitter. Naturally, you can pull the ball on the ground if you give that a shot. You've got good wheels with Caballero at second base. Neto having to hold him, so there's no trick plays where he could try to follow him.
Romano had not allowed a hit this year in 6 appearances. He's given up 3 so far this inning. Foul back to the screen. Ryan McMahon on deck. Caballero goes for third. No throw, he makes it. Stolen base, and now 90 feet away from winning the game.
Well, Caballero has no fear whatsoever. His 6th stolen base, a great jump. Puppy doesn't even attempt. And that's just good base running. I mean, he had him timed. A lot of times closers don't have great moves. They get involved in trying to throw the ball, overthrow the ball. It's great timing. Great time to steal third base.
And by stealing third, forces the Angels to bring the infield in. It's 3-1 now on Wells. Three and 2.
Times have changed. You see a breaking ball and a fastball count from Romano. He used to be a type of guy that would throw the ball by you. in the mid-90s now instead of the upper 90s.
McMahon on deck, Judge after him. 3-2. And a walk to Wells. So this could be the moment for McMahon. He has not had a good start to the season. He has all singles. He's 0 for 2 today coming off the bench. This is his moment to shine, to give the Yankees a victory and get his head in the right space.
I agree, Michael, and it's a great opportunity. It's a good matchup. You've got a righty out there, a 2-pitch pitcher. Put the ball in play hard and go home a hero.
Jumps on the first pitch. Fouls it back. He had an opportunity yesterday to tie the game. Jumped on the first pitch and grounded it to first to end the ball game as the Yankees got swept in St. Pete. He's had 7 career walk-offs and 3 walk-off home runs. Inside. He's had 1 walk-off with the Yanks. A single on July 30th last year against Tampa Bay. Infield in. Outfield in. Strike.
Yeah, at this point you might as well challenge it. Ball looked questionable low. Have to wait and see if it did hit the strike zone. That's a ball.
Challenge works for the Yankees. It flips the count back to 2-1.
What a big pitch right there, Michael. 1-2 and 2-1. What a difference as a hitter.
Now 2-2.
Well, if you have an approach and you're looking the ball out over the plate, you can't let that pitch, that inside fastball, change your approach now. You got to stick with it.
2-2. Wells was going from first. They were going to let him take it. Here's McMahon's walk-off as a Yankee. Scored a single, but hit it deep to center. Two balls, 2 strikes. 10-10 game. Winning runs at third. Fouled away.
Again, really wearing out that inside corner, not being able to get to it. But if you start to open up to try to get to that pitch, it's a strikeout if he goes away. So you've got to stay out over the plate. If you get jammed, you get jammed. And you infield in, a jam shot will win this game anyway.
Caballero, the winning run at third. Wells at first. Nobody out. Hanging in there, fouling it back.
Well, Wells stealing second base here. You know, I don't think it's really going to matter if they get McMahon out. I think you would walk Judge anyway to load the bases up either way if Wells is on first or second and set up a double play with Cody Bellinger.
Romano. 3-2 as Wells takes second.
Well, things do change here now if he does walk at McMahon, because then you have to pitch to Aaron Judge. Well, if you're Romano, you have to go back to your fastball. He's been on the inner half this whole at bat.
3-2. And it gets away. Here comes Caballero. And the Yankees walk it off. They win this one 11-10. Oh, what a game here in the Bronx. And what a way to snap a 5-game losing streak.
Well, you saw 2 of the greats back-to-back with Aaron Judge and Mike Trout. And hey, you know what? There was a Yankee game in between, and they walked away with a huge win after coming back from Tampa Losing 5 in a row, that guy right there, a big part of changing things.
So a walk to McMahon if you're scoring at home. The wild pitch allows Caballero to come across with the 11th run, which won the game.
Hey, tried to trick him with a slider down and in, and good for McMahon to stay off of that. Good at bat. I'm sure that he wanted to get it done offensively as far as putting the ball in play. But you know what? At this point of the season, any way you get a win, you take it.
A seesaw game, back and forth, dramatic. The bullpen not doing its job. The offense stagnant for most of the beginning of the season. Explodes on this night. The captain leads it with 2 home runs. Grisham off the bench, 2 home runs, his first 2 home runs of the year. And the Yankees get it done in dramatic fashion to start this homestand with a victory. So there are smiles around when you break a losing streak, and that's what the Yankees just did, as they had lost 5 in a row coming into this, and now they're probably thinking we just started winning streak.
You know what, Michael, you look at this game, I'm glad there's not 10 innings in a baseball game, because you know what? Neither offense was going to give up. It was like whoever hit last was going to win. The Yankees came into the bottom of the 9th, down a couple runs, and put together a huge inning.
Paul, you want to hear from the captain, right?
Absolutely.
All right, he's there with Meredith Marakovitz. Meredith.
Michael, lucky for you, Aaron Judge is right here. No one had a better view of Caballero getting across home plate than you, standing there in the on-deck circle. What are you thinking as you see that ball get by?
Oh, game's over. You know, just all those guys that whole inning having great at-bats in front of him. And, you know, then Mac right there at the end working a tough at-bat, and eventually we get a, pass ball and win the game.
This one was an absolute battle. It seems like each team just kept coming back. Can you describe what it was like to be a part of one like this?
Those are the fun ones. You're going back and forth. They got a great team over there. They were hitting the ball over the field, great pitching staff. But, we're happy to come away with the win, and all these fans sticking around to see it.
They're chanting MVP. Did it feel like a battle between 2 3-time MVPs? Because it seemed like you and Trout were going back and forth.
He always puts a show on in New York, so that was fun to compete against him and that team. And looking forward, we got another 3 tough games against them, and looking forward to more.
What do you think of the offense production overall? Trent Grisham, first 2 home runs this season. Other guys with big contributions as well, including Jose Caballero.
Yeah, just great plays all around, great at bats. But Trent Grisham's a player of the game here. Coming up big with some huge homers to give us the lead and then tie the game there in the 9th. So it was impressive to watch.
What could a game like this do for the team snapping a 5-game losing streak and this offense that had been struggling?
Like I've been trying to say, keep it simple and let's go do it tomorrow.
Aaron, congratulations.
Thank you.
Send it back to you.
Thank you, Meredith, and thank you to Aaron Judge with his 2 home runs. 3 home runs now in 2 games. That's the winning run. Jose Caballero crosses with run number 11. And the Yankees snap their losing streak with an 11-10 win in the Bronx. We'll be back